clips.
And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.
Oh! Alrighty, boob tubes. Another one of tips clips. Welcome one and all, and this is Ramblings from a Madman's Mind, talking about, if you look around the world at all the different political crap that's going on in every country, it seems to be a very extreme. Now, this is just me scratching the surface, so let's scratch beneath the surface. And because when I was thinking about this the other day, I've not touched base. I've not done something like this. Like, what I'm going to do is check out what's happening with Le Pen. I'm ignorant to that. That's the far right fascist Nazi nationalist in France. Wilders, I know he's got into the Dutch Parliament, if it's called that. I don't know the exact name of it. Brazil was interesting last time I touched base with it, but it was a long time ago, so it'll be interesting to see what's happening there. And something interesting was happening in Venezuela, if my mind serves. Then, for a bit of fun, because I said I would do this, I deliberately haven't been deleting the mindless comments for Tommy fans. I've deliberately been leaving them up, and let's just go through them. Now, what's kind of now, I'm open to the suggestion it's one person in the basement with all these different accounts, or they are all just independent people. It's kind of strange though, because they're not really that independent, because the amount of things they say, I could probably count on my two hands, maybe one. I'm left wing, SNP. Oh, I'm a pedo. I like grooming gangs. This is where these mad folksies go to. What else? What's wrong with the BNP? The BNP was right. Enoch was right. Rivers of Blood speech and all that. So I thought we would touch base with all that jazz as well. Have a look through. I mean, the comments are comical. They really are funny, you know. I even really, and this is if they are like genuine. But I had one the day, and it was today, right after like God knows how many hundreds of comments, and they're still saying you can Photoshop editing nowadays, you know. And that's on the back of the barrage of messages saying, this is old news, this is old news, this is old news. Like, no disputing what I'm saying, just that it's old. So disregard it. It's not there for people who already know this. It's there for the barrage of people that were writing me fucking retarded messages saying it didn't exist. The logic of these people fail me, and the amount of messages I've got saying it's old news, old news, old news, spoke about it, everybody knows this, and then obviously you get the Photoshop one just claiming it's Photoshopped. Then, what other messages do you get? Alright, responding creepily, this is creepy as hell. So obviously they don't like what I'm saying, but they've listened to almost every word of all the clips, and this is, let me guesstimate. You'll see if there's still some in. Maybe I've not deleted them all. But a barrage of comments saying, and I didn't get this link sent to me. This was put up in my suggested videos. Fucking Kips Clips channel doesn't get put forward on suggested videos. And remember, the Ramblings of a Madman's Mind isn't the crack cocaine of social media. This is going to be a slow burn, man. It's like a suppository. Boom. right up your arse and brings you down gently, like. Anywho, so take a wee trip round to, and if anybody's got any suggestions as well, of anywhere that I'm blind to, naive to, not aware of, feel free to stick it in the chat. We can have a look. Then we'll bounce into the Bobby Robinson comments to have a wee giraffe at that. So, I don't know if there's anything really to cover about what's happening here in the UK, albeit that I'm presuming the majority of people, if not all, that watch this are in the UK. So we know what a shithole the country is. The buses aren't working. There's fucking, the roads are like a World War II fucking war zone. No, let's be fair. A World War I war zone, you know? World War II, which sometimes, the majority of the time, fought more at a distance. So more of a World War I war field, war zone. It's been peppered with artillery, and it's just there. The NHS is a piece of shit. Dentistry is on its arse. I just paid £280 for a fucking new veneer just over a week ago, and it's fucking fell out. So I need to go and touch base with them again and see how much money they can fucking rattle at me. Another fucking racket. So the NHS is fucking shite. I mean, I don't like the TV to create my narrative, right? But if there's any truth in what's happening with the waiting list and people dropping down dead for obesity and curable diseases and shit just because the waiting lists are so big. I'm trying to get physiotherapy through the NHS without just turning up, getting given 10 minutes and getting some printouts and sent on the way like that. Here my fucking spine's severely fucked. So, the gym I use offers physiotherapy, but you need to pay for it. It's going to be an option. Let's see how much it is. So it's like privatisation by the back door, or privatisation with a gun at your head like here. You want to actually like be able to walk properly. How long are you going to go around with a fucked up back before you break and go out here? I need to pay money. Sorry. And the NHS is sticking shit into Google, printing out some sheets, sending you on your way. Pretty much. Politics is absolutely fucked. I do not know why people entertain it. To the far right, to the far left, and everything in between. Why entertain it? When are people going to get sick of the left and right constantly swinging in power, and power, and power, out power, and power, out power? And the argument every time this change of the guard happens is the same. The opposition, the shadow cabinet, go like that. Yeah, the shit you're doing is fucking shite. And then they stand up and go, yes, well, the shit we're doing is shite because you left us a pile of shite. That's politics, people. Constantly. Again and again and again and again and again. Where's that wee smart Jew cunt, Einstein? Einstein, what's that quote you say? Insanity doing the same shit again and expecting different results? Politics, people! How many times are you going to participate in a fucking dog and pony show when the outcome is all the time pigs at the fucking trough? Every fucking time. Tell me one good thing the fucking a politician ever done. Oh, the NHS. I see the NHS getting set up a wee bit differently, right? See the NHS when it was set up. I think it still might be, biggest employer in the fucking world. With an unlimited tax fucking TT. Can you imagine? I don't know, being a big fuck. Imagine that shit happening today and being a big fucking sexy blonde from Glasgow with connections right into the government because you've gave them donations into the past. Gave them, your husbands gave them millions of pounds of donations in the past. Imagine you were there. You'd be like, right on that TT, wouldn't you? Oh man, big sexy fucking gut. Nah, the accent, man. She's all good until she opens her fucking mouth, man. The Glaswegian accent ain't fucking sexy. On woman. I don't know. Woman tell me it's sexy on dudes. I don't know. But anywho, so think of the way medicine was when the NHS was set up. So, let's say the companies way back then that were in the fucking government's fast lane, they were like, boom, 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 all in place. And how many years ago was that? They've constantly had a fucking, basically a blank check. With a gun at the fucking public's head. Do you want to fucking live? Do you want to fucking live? Pay your national insurance. Is your national insurance even ring fenced? See, when I'm dictator, man, that's what I would have. I would have direct taxation, i.e. you pay your road tax, it goes to fucking looking after the roads. All open and above board accounting. No fast lanes for fucking contracts. Now, see when I become dictator, like, see if I was going to offer social medicine with a sales line. This is what everybody's arsehole twitches about the NHS. For free at the point of service. Right, so I would go full hog and just have it full socialised medicine. I wouldn't have a social structure with a fucking bunch of corporations on the TT of it. I would have the NHS being the biggest employer in the world. See, rather than going to fucking Mr. Fucking hell, man, my brain's... I can't think of a make a toilet paper. I wouldn't go to Mr. Toilet Paper and go, yeah, I'm the NHS. Do you want to make toilet paper for us? Here's a contract. This is how much we'll give you. Nah, because that dude's making profit. That profit could be paid towards healthcare. So what I would do is NHS, we are pretty much on fucking blank check. I would set up a toilet roll factory. Ran by the NHS for the NHS. Right? And that NHS toilet roll factory would fucking produce toilet roll for the NHS. Now, the toilet roll analogy can be used on every level you want to. I'm stripping it down to pure basics here. The wiping your arse kind of basics. Right? So that's what I'm going to do when I'm dictator. So the NHS, would they be a middleman for corporations and the government, British government's to fucking get in the fast lane and get a blank check for the rest of their lives? The NHS would employ and produce everything and anything it needs. I'm saying obviously, right? It goes without saying when it came to medicines and stuff, there would be exemptions. But I don't know how it works nowadays, right? But I know way back when, I think when you made a medicine, there was only a certain amount of time that you could patent it or copyright it or whatever. And then it just got opened up, and that's when you get generic drugs. I don't know if that happens anymore. But if that was the case, obviously the NHS, under my dictatorial fucking leadership, they would have to be on the TT pharma companies to get whatever medicines they need. But as soon as that opened up, boom shakalaka, it would go fucking in-house. And the only problem with that, and the reason it isn't run like that, is because there's no private individuals on the TT of the taxpayer along the way. There is no racket. There's no racket. Right? That's the best way I can explain it. There's no fucking racket. Anyway, so that's what I would do if I was dictator. So, we're aware of what's happening here in the UK, right? Or most people are, right? Up here in Scotland, the SNP 20, 25 years ago, maybe more, started making a lot of inroads in the political landscape up here and changed it forever. Conservatives were already pretty much always out. Labour was already pretty much always in, be the rich working class divide up here. And the SNP came along, told you to watch Braveheart and come and vote for us, which happened. They've started up their own wee racket. So the political landscape has been demolished up here in the UK. The SNP are on their knees and like fuck knows what's going to happen to the political landscape up here. I'm done with caring. I like just like those films about apocalypses and stuff. No, apocalypses and stuff. That's my kick out of politics nowadays. It's like almost watching like a. No, that sounds sick as fuck. It's like watching a dying animal die. Funny enough, because anyway, I don't know what's going to happen to the political landscape up here. Down in England, you had pretty much the same kind of old traditional divides. UKIP and Brexit changed all that. And these politics struggles are firmly based between very extreme versions of left and right. You know, I'm using Labour and Conservatives as an example here, but the left parties and the right parties in both north and south of the border, they used to be a lot more on the centre until the advent of fucking Facebook, YouTube, social media in general, where the power of a stupid meme could change your public opinion like that. And so anybody that's participated in doing memes, you know, it's like the more extreme, the more catchy, the more powerful, the more punch, the more the more fucking some would say clickbaity or whatever, you know, just the more foof to get people in. And it's changed people who are engaged politically as well, and who are engaged politically. Oh, fuck me, man. So it's changed. Fucking Christmas, Merry fucking Christmas. Every fucking retard out there, man. Honest to fuck, man. Anyway, so the political landscape's been completely demolished up here in Scotland. We've got our own parliament, which is just more pigs at the trough. Hasn't changed jack shit dramatically, apart from increasing the argument between left and right about chicks with dicks and fucking single sex bathrooms in fucking schools. And whether you can call a boy in school or a girl, or whether, you know how kids like to fucking change the colour of their hair nowadays? Their haircuts are just fucking always changing their fucking mind. So now it's been sanctioned that down in England, the teachers don't have to fucking ask everybody every half hour, but you getting called this off for? Kids change their mind like fucking that, and kids take the fucking piss. I don't know how many kids have done all that shit, like taking the piss out of teachers. There's a few have done it. I know back my day, man, every cunt would have been on the bandwagon. Anyway, so the political landscape is completely changed. I would argue a lot of it's down to how people's political views are, who's politically engaged and how those political views are formed, predominantly on fucking line with bullshit, innit? Yeah, man, fucking retardation nation. I just had to stop a compulsion of lobbing that fucking phone out my window as far as it would fucking go, man. So let's have a look elsewhere. Right, Le Pen. I have no idea what she was last up to. Le Pen, France. No, I don't want to visit it. France. Ah, there we go, politician. Okay, doke. Right, so this is back in April. Marie Le Pen, who leads the far-right national rally at France's National Assembly, is more popular than the president. Right. I know fuck all about her other than she's like the fascist Nazi version. She's like the French. The French are fucking extreme when it comes to this shit, man. I'm led to believe, if that makes any sense, they're very nationalistic, patriotic, fucking. I mean, if you basically have the monopoly on champagne, you're going to fucking have a big opinion of yourself. But anyway, we all know what knobs the French are, right? That's what I'm basically saying. Right. And they in the past have been known to invent machines to chop the fucking riches' heads off. So much so that the British aristocracy got together. I meant that. Fuck. See all that shit that they're thinking and doing in Europe? What's that there, Jimmy? You know, like rounding up all the rich fucking aristocracy and chopping their fucking heads off. It takes in such numbers that they were such numbers they couldn't kill them by hand anymore. They couldn't chop the heads off by hand. They had to invent a machine. Voila, the guillotine, which the French were using till the 1970s. Strange but true. I need a guillotine for my yes, no, or fucking die political game. So that's April. That was February time, May, April, November 22. So there hasn't been a lot about her. More recently, past month, nothing. Last year, and then get all this shit. There's July. 1 month ago. A daily fail. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Whatever happened to Google's algo? Remember when Google's algo was a algo? No, it's like a what we want you to see shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm Victor Meldrew on the internet because I've hung about it too long. Alright. Because of pen, you get penny pasta, didn't you? Fucking hell. Europe is doomed. Oh, hold on, man. Somebody's stealing my fucking shtick. What's this? The weekend. nationalnews.com. Europe is doomed. How fringe groups are capitalising on France's unrest. Experts say so many people are invested in seeing the fall of Macron and Europe's liberal values in general. I think they may have a point. I don't. This is coming out of the UK. It's got a UK IP address. I think it's in some form of hieroglyphs called English. Far right politicians, Islamists, and Maoists. It's Chinese fucking mob, innit? And look, I see these little podcasts, streams, whatever you want to call them. I see them as inviting people into my living room so I can speak freely. If it's no for you, leave. And I take the piss out of everybody equally. I don't believe in protecting one group over the other. I only need to go a couple of miles that way, find a tutor to find somebody whose accent I want to take the piss out of, because I didn't ken Barbie. So, like, ring fence people as protected species, to me, it's kind of like, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Up is down, left is right. It's, brain's mashed. Fuck. Forget. But, it's like running the wrong way. You know, it's like, I won't go into that, I won't upset too many people. But hey ho, so if you don't like Glaswegians turned up to 11 and the words they may say, there's the door. Use it. Anywho, far right politicians and the Chinamen, the Maoists have a little comment on paper, but during the riots in France, man, when did this happen? There's riots fucking everywhere. In fact, when are the French not rioting? That is news. So the police killing. Oh, in fact, I can remember that actually. Cops shot a guy on the car. 1,300 arrests in one night. Pretty sure it was an African fucking, or a black ghetto, wasn't it? It was a black dude they shot, so it's kind of like that Black Lives Matters dynamic that was going on in America that gets so much publicity, to the extent even had it over here, and you're like, hold on a sec, man. Britain is not fucking Yankee Doodle Dandy land, man. Problems and the extent are completely different from what exists in America. But nah, power of fucking social media and the internet and one good wee fucking meme, Black Lives Matter, get everybody's pants in a fucking bunch. There's still no fucking having period pains over that in fucking American football. Whether they fucking take the knee or some shite. Is there anything that hasn't been polarised and dragged into left versus right? American football. Normal American football, that fucking shit where they throw with their hands and call it football when they only use their fucking foot twice or some shit. Anyway, that's enough about how stupid Yankee Doodle Dandies are. Our football! Fucking the English football team went to the World Cup wearing fucking rainbow fucking things which upset people and fucking wearing Casper the Ghost cloths and shit. I think that was the shake. But everything, man, I'm trying to think. I mean, even when you're like semi-naked in a steam room with a bunch of geezers, you're scared to fucking say anything. Anyway, So there was hundreds of riots, 1,300 arrests, 45,000 police officers mobilised each night. More than 700 people have been sentenced to prison. The fast track courts. Good guy, wank, 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 go to jail. Yet despite vast differences, they were united in a message of Europe's downfall. Is it really happening? Is it really happening? Is it getting orchestrated? If it's getting orchestrated, for what reasons? Was the Great Fear real? Stop fucking begging, man. Was the Great Fear real? Go and check it out. Make up your own minds. Are we so naive to think that we are staying in the pinnacle of all civilization and this shit isn't still going on? Things are getting twisted, took out of context, getting used by all sorts of cunts for ulterior agendas. Does the left and right of politics really work? Or are they levers to get people to dance to your tune? That's what I see, man, because like you can't just go in and go good, bad. You get sucked into a camp and then like sort of everything that goes with it. This is the Declaration of Human Rights after the French Revolution, when they went around lining up all the hierarchy and killing them. And what happened in Britain, the British hierarchy looked over the pond and said, what the fuck? We can't have that shit spreading over here. So they gave us football, they gave us golf, they gave us tennis, they gave us cricket, and they gave us rugby. That's why Britain and British Empire was the birthplace of all these sports. And thus, through the British Empire, the rules that they made up to keep people occupied spread. The rules spread through the British Empire, and thus was kind of the start of what you could call professional sports. So the old Alex Jones bread and circus line works perfectly there. There it is in action, right? Now, the first ever football association was set up in the city of London, in the Freemasons Tavern. It's no longer there; they've knocked it down and rebuilt. But you can go and check this out. It's not a secret. It's where it was set up. What did I want to look at there? Right. There's the human rights. And there's Lady Liberty. She's got a torch in that one. No, but she's got that balance. Anyway, there's a good one I can show you. There's probably the best one. Oh no, you can't see it. Google Images is pushing it. Right. Best way to do it is to do this. And then I can just show you the whole lot. Oh fuck, that worked tremendously. Now, if you go and look at the thumbnail that I put up, one of the symbols they've got for fascism is the fasci, which is right in the middle there. This appears lots of places. It comes from the Roman Empire. It was a tool. It was a torture instrument. That came to the magistrates. Came to use to torture people to enforce their their law and whatnot. And you'll see this. You'll see a fasci lots of places. Mussolini used it as his symbol, the fasci, where he had the axe protruding and not just the bundle of stitch. You'll see it under the Abraham Lincoln memorial over in America. He's sitting on a chair, and in each bit of the statue, you'll see the fasci. You'll see it in a building at George Square in Glasgow. It's a building. It's quite a tall building. It was built in the 1920s or 30s, if I remember it, because it was steel construction, one of the highest at the time, down at right on George Square. And it was built by I think at that time it was City Corporation or whatever, but the guy that was asking that, it was built by the City Council or whatever it was called back then. And that's got fasci all over it as well. You'll see it everywhere. And that's got to be the worst picture I could have downloaded of the fucking thing to show you. Right, can you see it on that one? 1789. There's Lady Liberty there. Fuck, it's all shit. Whatever happened to Google search there? You can see it really good there. Right, what I'm getting to is the all-seeing eye that's there, which is undeniably a Masonic symbol. It's in here. Unless they're lying in their own Bibles. It's a Masonic symbol that represents the eye of providence, God's eye, the G, God, geometry, and the eye represents he's always watching to encourage you to be a better man. That's the kind of symbolism behind it. It's right up there at the top of the Declaration of Human Rights, wrote by the people who won the French Revolution. Over in Britain, as I said, you had the football. That's the only one I know about, but I've not looked into the others because obvious reasons. That's my favourite. If you so the Freemasons were setting up football in Britain to save the aristocracy, and the Freemasons had just had a revolution in America. The Boston Tea Party came straight out of a lodge. You can see beautiful pictures done at the time, these sketchings and stuff done it. Dated to 18th century, obviously. So the Freemasons were overthrowing the Redcoats in America. The Freemasons were killing all the aristocracy, or at least helping to bring this around. You can tell the victors by the spoils, I suppose. So write the Declaration of Human Rights, which a lot of law and all that then get based on. That's the power. Stick your symbol right up top, but it's like it's a good. It represents something good, doesn't it? It's meant to encourage people to be a better man. Then you had the French giving Lady Liberty, Statue of Liberty, to America as a present. You've got the Statue of Liberty in George Square, so you can see all the same symbols popping up at the same time in different areas. What I'm saying is, in the UK, sport was used by the monarchy and thus the aristocracy to make sure that the locals didn't round up the rich people and start chopping their heads off using the guillotine. So, the Great Fear Is that what's happening in France? Again, are we witnessing the great fear on a global scale where there's entities out there trying to project everything's falling to shit, and it is falling to shit, right? There's like kind of no denying that. Everybody can see that with their own eyes. But people are capitalising on that to give you the solution. Then you could go all David Icke on people's ass and go problem, reaction, solution. Anyway, so let's have a French President Macron blamed social media. Fuck. A video leaked to French news channel showed Macron suggesting to French mayors that social media channels could be shut down in periods of unrest. Oh, not heard that before. It doesn't surprise me though, and everybody will be shouting, "You better have freedom of speech." It's because the people in power understand the people that are not in power are using this shit to bring them down. And again, I don't know what's happening in France on the street, but I know what's happening on the street in the UK, and the place is falling at fuck. Trains only working, planes only, everybody's striking. There isn't a week when there isn't another fucking mob striking, asking for more money. Oh man, it's a runaway train that no cunt knows how to stop. And where's it going to take you? As I said, I've jumped ship, man. I've took my flag, nailed it to my own boat, and I'm going my own way. Because I can see a lot of people putting a lot of time and effort into swaying a lot of people one way or the other. I'm not for that. I'm not into that. It's for yous, man. Yous won't miss. Many say institutionalised racism. France's Majesty. Marginalisation, got an end, of its immigration communities and police violence are at the core of the problem. The National spoke to experts on Europe, security and online disinformation about this response to the riots. They revealed how political groups on the fringes and other nefarious actors capitalise on Europe's unrest to push their narrative on Western decline. And again, right, the tools have changed, but the fucking process is the same. Whispering campaigns. Fucking bring everybody's confidence down in everything. And if they make you lose confidence in everything, they can fill your head with anything. Should copyright that. And start selling it in bottles. For my region. I mean, I'm asking a serious question because last summer was the 10th anniversary of Bilderberg Watford. I was looking at the video and stuff, and I'm just thinking how things have changed, but they've not, if that makes any sense. Way back then, I was well convinced the New World Order was coming after us. We had to do a stop it. Now, I'm like, nah, I've just seen it. Been there, seen it, got a t-shirt, and this is just another chapter. Hyping everybody up to change the political landscape, and it's this left-right war that's going on for people's political allegiance. So, that was quite interesting, touching on France, even if I do say so myself. Wilders. Look at that. Why do Dutch people, and do you know what, I was thinking of this the other day, I think I've maybe got the same kind of hairline, right? I'm maybe no Wilders in a sense, but Dutch people to me look like swans. It's their hair. I always used to think about that, about Arthur Newman, the De Boer brothers, and Rickson. Rickson not so much, but Arthur Newman and the De Boer brothers were definitely swans in a previous life. So let's see what this dude's saying, because I'm pretty sure he got a seat somewhere or something. One day ago, here we go. The fucking mad bankers. Get them, Wilders. Man. Don't know if I'm really like what fucking... Right, so Dutch Central Bank warns against Nexit after Wilders win. Wow-wee. So, he is the Dutch Nigel Farage. That is indeed the fucking case. Oops, dearie me. Remember, stick a wee thumbs up. Please do enjoy this bullcrap. Anyway, so it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Why is it's behind a paywall. Well, support Hindus who are attacked, threaten, or prosecute in Bangladesh, Pakistan. Dutch politician Geert Wilders. What the fuck? Hold on, I'm a big bit stupid. So, will support Hindus who are attacked, threatened, or prosecuted in Bangladesh, Pakistan. Dutch political Geert Wilders. Right, so that's him. I'm going to assume the Hindus and the Muslims are killing each other at war, raping and pillaging each other's villages. Oh man. Let's have a wee look-see. I've not heard anything of this. Oh look, Jesus came back. If Jesus was a creepy looking swan, stroke count, Dracula looking cunt. Wilders, long firebrand who lashed out at Islam, the EU and migrants, was in the past labelled as a Dutch version of Donald Trump. His positions brought him close to power, but never in it. When's this? This was this not long ago, far-right politician Wilders expressed gratitude support on Sunday after a surprising election victory. The conservative liberal politician who pledged unwavering support for Hindus facing threats in Pakistan or Bangladesh. Thanks so much to all my friends from all over the world who congratulated me winning the Dutch election. Many kind messages came from India. I will support Hindus who are attacked or threatened to be killed or prosecuted in Bangladesh, Pakistan, only for being Hindu, he tweeted on Sunday. It's more about him against Islam than sticking up for Hindus, isn't it? Or is that just me reading it that way? Right, so let's see what else anti-Islam populace wins. What's wrong with populists? They're popular. See, people that say that are still stuck in the paradigm of where politicians and people don't lie to you to get you to vote for them. Nah, doesn't happen. Never, I tells you. Right. There we go. He wins dramatic victory. Veteran populist Wilders dramatic victory. Dutch election with almost all votes counted. After 25 years in Parliament, his Freedom Party, PVV, is set to win 37 seats, well ahead of his nearest rival, a left-wing alliance. The PVV can no longer be ignored, he said. We will govern. Fuck! He actually won the fucking premiership! The premiership, whatever you want to call it. No fucking way, man. I don't know how the Dutch system works over there. I need to check that out, actually. Fuck, this is worse than I even fucking imagined. Shaking politics across lowlands in Europe too. But to fulfill his pledge to be Prime Minister for everyone, he has to persuade other parties to join him in a coalition. His target is 76 seats in a 150 seat parliament. Well, there's that question answered. So how many did he get? Did it say 37 seats? So that's what, 36, 39 people he needs to persuade. Here's a weird thing that I do, or I have heard about the lowlands, that a lot of people presume otherwise, because of the red light district and their hash cafes and shit like that. Everybody presumes, that the lowlands tends to be a dead liberal place and stuff. But I've been led to believe by, I don't know if he was Adam Curry, that guy, the ex-MTV dude. He used to talk about it a lot, and I remember him saying something dead interesting, because up until that point, I presumed the lowlands was a dead liberal, dead laid-back liberal place. And it was him who was like, no, when it comes to politics, it's dead conservative, actually. A lot of the country is very, 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 very Christian conservative, and the idea behind the red light districts and hash cafes and stuff is like, here, scumbags, go over there and leave the rest of the country to us. Right, so when was this? This was the 23rd of November. I'll need to get up to speed with this. See where he's at. Wow, fucking wee, man. So his party did win the King Dongship, but you need Thingmate to govern, right? I get it. I've kind of get my head round a wee bit how it works. Like all these parliamentary systems, everything gets watered down. You have to compromise with your enemy, so your initial point that got you voted, it just ain't there anymore. Because you have to water down your point to get your ex-enemies on board with you. Mental system, man. It means that fuck all ever gets done. It's almost like it's designed that way. Wow, man. Right, so there's fucking Dutchland and the fucking Frogland, right? Things are even more fucked up than I've heard in passing. So let's see, Brazil Prime Minister. I don't think he is. I don't think that's how they roll. Oh, I stand corrected. We do have a Prime Minister. Oh, I need to fight the urge. I don't know if he's the capital of Brazil. Everybody says Rio de Janeiro. The big baby Jesus looking down on everybody. But it's not, it's actually Brasilia. And if you want to see some symbolic architecture, man, wow, fucking wee. Go and look at Brasilia, man. I don't know how old it is. Right, before we... Brazil. I just want to see how old it is, because it's really new, relatively speaking, when it comes to like major cities and stuff. It's relatively new, and that's why it's got fucking mega symbolism, because it started from scratch. It's amazing. I'm just looking for a quick answer here, obviously. Capital, support, largest city. Oh, it's fucking... Oh, prodies, man. Oh, no. Oh, right. Oh, Catholics, right, that makes sense, get it now. I wasn't reading that right. Etymology, the word came from the Portuguese. History. Portuguese colonisation. Elevation of the kingdom. Independent empire. The Jesuits had a wee enclave down in South America during the Counter-Reformation, called the Jesuit Mission State. Check it out. The early republic. When did it become the fucking capital? Anyway, relatively speaking, it is a very new city. And it's just, I've not prepared any of this. But see, you can see the big sort of a. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, come on, shit. No, do you know what? I'm going to shut it down because I'll be there all day. Just talking shite. So, the president. See what's happening in the news with them. May 3 weeks ago, Spain and Brazil leaders to discuss COP sources of Reuters. Mercosur deal. COP sources say. Madrid, Brasilia. Spanish Prime Minister and Brazilian President. So, it's this dude I'm talking about. So, they have a presidential system, but under the president, they have a prime minister, very much similar to how they do the dance in Ruski. There we go. That is brilliant. This should probably do it. Comparing Lula and Bolsonaro after 1 year in office, how President Silva's first year stacks up against. Oh no, is that the guy I was thinking about? Maybe they've got a new guy in and I didn't. In recent years, Brazilian politics has been dominated by two larger-than-life characters: centre-left President Silva and his far-right nemesis predecessor. Aye, that's the guy there. So I think he's out. Lula pitched himself in 2022 as the antithesis of Bolsonaro, winning the race by a razor-thin margin, largely thanks to many errors. They stole the election, just like America. Mr. Bolsonaro committed during the pandemic and Lula's political capital accumulated over 5 presidential bids in 8 years as head of state. So the president ran for, the PM ran to become president and overthrowed him. Yeah, voted him out or whatever. Won by a razor edge because this guy fucked up during the pandemic apparently. Lula has come up short of his promises to pacify the country. The election remains as polarised as ever. I think I actually used that exact words. A couple of videos, like that's what it was. I was talking about the Israel-Hamas ethnic cleansing that's going on. I was like, is that polarising the whole world? Well, it's just not. Everything's polarising the whole world. There's no voice of reason out there. Only the voice of memes and extremes. Ah, there's a good meme. Memes and extremes. Memes and extremes. That's modern day politics. Fucking joke. So, my back is beautiful. So, over in Brazil, there's that fluctuation going on between the left and right. There we go, got it on the end. Oh fuck! 2 days ago, why the fuck is Jordan Patterson talking about? Is that who I'm thinking about? That pure fucking rain? Aye, it is. Bamboozled people with bullshit so much, people were pure spunking over him and having. Oh, did you see how he put that so intelligently? Oh. Fucking Russell Brand. Create little mini cults around these characters. People put them in big massive pedestals and then you don't get an objective point of view of what they're doing, why they're doing it, and who they're doing it for or whatnot. And of course, they're telling you what you want to hear because that's what they believe, not because they want to get you by the bollocks. Oh fuck. Behind a fucking paywall, fuck you, Telegraph. Oh, that's interesting. La España is in the mix. They're always in the wars, but not in the wars. If you get me. Venezuela and Spain. Caracas, Venezuela state oil company, and Spain's Respol on Monday signed an agreement amending the terms of Venezuela joint venture aiming to ramp up its crude and gas output and accelerate debt repayment. It's brilliant the way they fucking get people with the balls in it. Go in and go, here, you've got hundreds of money underneath your fucking. We'll loan you the money to get that out. And then they're forever repaying all the loans. We are going to lift production. We have completed the planning of the agreements we are signing, all the output forecast and plans for operation expansion. When was this? Fuck me, a day ago. So it's stuff like this, why Venezuela is coming in the crosshairs. There was an oil guy the other day. He works in the oil industry. I think he was saying Venezuela has got like double the amount of oil Iraq had. Still has. I think he was saying it's the biggest reserve in the world. If it's biggest untapped reserve, I think that's maybe the way he put it. So the two companies last week received approval from the country's National Assembly to extend two separate joint ventures for 15 years. US in October temporarily lifted oil sanctions on the South American country, allowing export, imports and investment through April. The Petro joint venture, in which PDVSA has a 60% interest and Respol the remaining 40%, operates in several areas of the country. All those areas, about 20,000 barrels per day of crude and 40 million cubic feet per day of gas so far this year, according to an independent calculation. Details of the changes to its operating agreement were not immediately disclosed by the companies. Okay, so we've done what's happening in the UK, seen what's happening in France, seen what's happening in the Netherlands. see Spain is in bed with Venezuela. Very interesting. You never really hear much about Spain, but they've got their fingers in all the pies. Better believe it. Go to Hungary next, and then we'll do Yankee Doodle Dandy lands up north. Better no give me Just Eat. Hungry country. Yeah, that's what I'm for. Fun enough. Kind of. I must have subliminally fucking heard people talking about this. I wanted to know what was happening in Hungary because of the Jim Dawson angle. How Hungary undermined Europe's bid to aid Ukraine. Oh, I heard today as well that Ukraine just need another 500,000 soldiers to throw in the pile. Oh, it's ridiculous. And I know I'm talking about the struggle between left-right politics in a lot of countries, but this has manifested itself into hot wars. Syria, does anybody remember that? Can anybody remember the Western press talking about Assad as the new Hitler? Now they don't even mention it. Does anybody even know what's happening inside Syria? Right, let's do Hungary, then I'm going to do Syria. Prime Minister Orban used EU rules on unanimous decisions to sink a 52 billion package strongly backed by larger countries. The European Union has a population of around 450 million. The European Union is a political construct. It's a population of sweet Fanny Adams. Anyway, I digress. And one of the world's biggest economies. So how is it that Hungary's a small country with only 10 million people and a lacklustre economy blighted by high inflation this past week steamrollered Europe's plan to throw Ukraine a financial lifeline worth 52 billion? Because they're a small country, they can't afford that. What the fuck? We're just fucking throwing money. Good money after bad, or bad money after good, but good money after bad. When was this out? A few days ago or something. Fucking hell, man. Wow, me, I didn't know this was all. I'm going to start paying attention again, man. This is better than Coronation Street. The Hungarian Prime Minister Orban torpedoed the aid package strongly supported by much bigger countries. Daddy's bigger than your daddy. Well, unfortunately, European Union, this is how you structured this fucking thing. You know? You entice the wee cunts in by saying, hey, you have a say. And then when the wee cunts have a say, you're like, fuck you. My daddy's bigger than your daddy. I'm going to fucking slap you down. Welcome to the democracy scam in the European Union. Hello, Scotland. Why don't you come in and join us? Fuck you, man. Anyway, just saying. The Hungarian Prime Minister torpedoed the aid because these other countries have bigger daddies by exploiting the power of veto held by each of the 27 states over key decisions regarding foreign and security policy and spending. Well, that makes fucking sense. Imagine you're in a wee cabal of fucking countries and they want a nuclear power. Please, sir, can you not nuke my friend, please? Do you know what I mean? I've took it to the extreme, but the principle still applies. So are the bigger countries now pissing and moaning about the fucking the promises they made to entice every cunt to join? The requirement for unanimity on important matters designed to ensure that small countries have a voice, but which many see as a grave design flaw. Where is this coming from? The New York Times. My fucking lord. They are actually just want to turn it into a dictatorship where the big countries just gobble up the small ones, and then it's like, oh, who's the smallest now? Why don't the biggest ones just gobble up the smallest one? Oh, who's the fucking biggest now? Who's the smallest? Let's gobble up that one. It's like fucking World War fucking 2 played over again but done economically. Means that no decisions get taken unless everyone is on board. Well, that makes sense in a democracy scam. Or some sort of a alliance that can kill motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Ukraine isn't a member of the European Union, although that fucking them gearing their economy to the European was the start of this whole war. Maidan. People can't even remember that shit, but fucking people goldfish out there. Other European leaders have mostly shied away from threatening to use, never mind actually wielding the veto, but Mr. Orlan has embraced it as a disruptive weapon. Oh my lord. I'm not going to read any more. Right, that is disgusting. Whether you agree or disagree with that cunt, he's trying and fucking frame like the whole European Union as being like sort of a, well, it's only the big countries that really matters, you know what I mean? That shit about saying that fucking you have a, come on, join the club, you'll have a say. Yeah, well, we weren't expecting you to fucking use it. What a fucking joke. And engaged with Daniel Freud, a German member of the European Parliament and critic of the Hungarian leader, described as a constant game of extortion and blackmail. Again, I'm not reading anymore. So that's what's happening in Hungary. That's what's happening in Hungary. So he's handing the EU their arse, right? Let's go back to the start. Can find it. That's the France. But I want to do folders. I was wanting the Nexit thing. Can't fucking find it. Of course I can't find it. Because I want it now, I can't find it. That's how it works. But there was one up here talking about the Dutch bank warning of an exit. A Hungarian guy fucking up the EU from within. Agree, disagree. Is there some sort of a collective consciousness? Are the very borderline fascist Nazi religious fucking crazy horses rearing their head? As I said, Jim Dawson and Nick Griffin are setting up white only enclaves in Hungary. Because they're the front line. They're the front line against Islam. So Hungary, where was it going to go to? America's. Let's see what's getting said about the old Donald today. Oh my god. America politics is a fucking joke. It's no Trump getting took through all sorts of inquests and stuff, and it's like, oh, this time they're going to get him, this time. And it's all trumped up fucking, he says it, I says it, you says it, he says it, I says it, you says. And that is what American politics is actually resorted to, morphed into, became.
Disgrace. We have a corrupt attorney general in this state. You see how she does? I borrow money and I got sued.
The lawsuit was brought about by New York Attorney General Letitia James, with Judge Arthur F. Engron ruling over the case.
Mr. Trump
Supposed to have racism first.
has repeatedly and consistently misrepresented and inflated the value of his assets.
It's fair to say that Trump had
Maybe he was taking mortgage advice for Tommy Robinson.
reservations about both.
Letitia James, this woman is grossly...
Why did they get somebody that has to do your voiceover?
After posting false and derogatory statements about the judge's chief clerk, Judge Engron handed down a gag order that blocked
That's definitely like a 12-year-old fucking girl with braces in.
parties in the case from speaking about court staff. As the trial went on, Mr. Trump even appeared emboldened, maintaining his plans to run for office in 2024.
My focus, my total focus is being president and, quite honestly, making America great again.
He even went
Right. Now, some say the bookies never lie. Ah, fuck you, Everton, get your finger out. What's the Newcastle score? Oh, Newcastle are beating Chelsea. I need Everton in 15 minutes to score 2 goals. Right, they've had the better possession, 2 corners, 3 on target, 1 on target, 3 off. They can still do it, man. Wee late rally. Right, but what I wanted to show was my Donald Trump bet. This is it here. Donald Trump. I got him at just under 4 to 1. 3.75. That means if I put £1 on, I'll get £3.75 back. Now, can you see this? I don't know if you can. That was a £5 free bet, and I've already won £2 for nothing. So let's have a wee look at the odds. It's politics. I wonder when they'll start taking bets. Rishi Sunak specials. The presidential election. And there we have Donald Trump. He's now only at 2.38. I got in when the going was good, baby. Which Biden at? Donald Trump's fucking way out ahead, and they was it. Bookies very rarely get it wrong. That's why they're bookies. That's why they always win. That's why you should never play gambling or do gambling if you think you're going to make money from it. It should be an enjoyment, and any winnings should be a Brucey bonus. Otherwise, you're doomed to lose all your dough. But there you go. I got in where the good was hot, where the good was going. I still like A numbers. You stick a 10 spot on, man, that's you fucking getting £22 back. £22.50, man. A tenner for predicting that Trump's going to walk this election because he's going to run against Biden. And what the fuck is Mr. Magoo doing up there? It's a shame, man. It's a shame. And his fucking old body and frame, there's only so much adrenaline that can pump him fucking fuller to make him fucking perform. Let's see who would he... I think I cashed out, actually, and spent it on football, but I did stick money on Michelle Obama at one point. I think the odds were longer than that, actually. I heard somebody suggest that, what I see happening is Biden dropping out, Michelle Obama at the last minute taking his place, and boom, using just that Obama train to fucking knock Trump out. Still a possibility. So that's what's happening in America. Touched on South America. Fuck knows what's happening in Africa. Spain's involved with Venezuela with the oil deal. Venezuela's been allowed off the naughty step, or they're just allowed to trade oil for 1 month, whilst that allows Spain to go in and do all the investment. And Hungary's president, I don't bet any more than a fiver, learned the hard way. I know, mate, it's people with that kind of, you think you've got a system, you think you're winning. I used to, my first venture into gambling was fucking, get rid of that actually. My first venture into gambling was playing a wee bit of online poker, you know, was using a odds calculator while I was playing it. Thought I thought I was going to make a fortune. Lost all my dough. Then I started doing it on the football to make it a wee bit more interesting. And my systems changed a few times, you know, just evolved. And ultimately I'm at a position now where 25 pence each way on the GGs if I fancy a wee shot of the horses. 50 pence bet. I'll do 20 team accumulators at the weekend. Just play the odds. Hunters are low odds, you know. Get the boost for doing an accumulator. Put 50 pence or a pound on that. I was going to say I never bet more than a pound, but the other night when things transpired with Rangers and Celtic, I stuck a wee 5 spot on Rangers for the league. It was coming in at over 2s. Stuck a wee 5 spot on, so I think I'll get like 10, 50, 10, 11 quid back. But Robert, mate, I hear you. If you're losing more money than you can afford, don't touch it. Right now, I'm sitting in a position I've been ages. I've no put money into the bookies in over a month and a half. I've been riding off my winnings. I had a really good streak. A few builder bets and that came in, man. I was sitting there with like 25 quid in my balance. And I'm like to myself, I'm not going to withdraw it because I know they're going to get it back. So I'm just keeping it there and I'll play with it. Get fun every night and stuff, you know. Anywho, so that's happening in America. Russian politics is Russian politics, innit? I don't have a Scooby-Doo, but it looks like Putler's going to stay in power for a long time coming. That's if America don't manage to kill him. I caught wee bits and bobs. I'm trying to think where I've seen this. It had either been Sky News or Talk TV, Rupert Murdoch. One of Rupert Murdoch's beasts, anyway. It never really showed you long excerpts of Putin's speech, only a few wee selective bits, but it showed you when he was faced with his AI double that a student had built or something. You know, it looked like the West tried to fuck with his nut, to be honest, and then they went, somehow, some way, anti-Putler messages get put on the screen behind him. Was it a disgruntled Rushki, or was it Western assets doing that for the inside or whatnot? Who knows? So if you look at those examples I've touched on, all those countries, whether it be in the international scene or whether it be domestically, they're all very polarised along the left-right divide. There is no centre ground, there's no coming together, it's all in or not. Now, I'm just going to quickly play this. Nip away.
Since early October, the future of Donald Trump's real estate empire has been on the line in a trial stemming from allegations of fraud in his family business. From the outset, the former president made it no secret his thoughts on the lawsuit.
So very simply put, It's a witch hunt. It's a disgrace. We have a corrupt attorney general in this state. You see how she does? I borrow money and I got sued.
The lawsuit was brought about by New York Attorney General Letitia James, with Judge Arthur F. Engron ruling over the case.
Mr. Trump has repeatedly and consistently misrepresented and inflated the value of his assets.
It's fair to say that Trump had some reservations about both.
Letitia James, this woman is grossly incompetent. We have a very hostile judge, I hate to say it.
After posting false and derogatory statements about the judge's chief clerk, Judge Engron handed down a gag order that blocks all parties in the case from speaking about court staff. As the trial went on, Mr. Trump even appeared emboldened, maintaining his plans to run for office in 2024.
My total focus is being president and, quite honestly, making America great again.
He even went as far as to say the lawsuit was a ploy to sabotage his candidacy.
I want everything exposed to the public, including the election fraud, because this is all about election fraud.
Throughout the case, members of the Trump family have testified in court, with each parroting a similar opinion about the judge and lawyers.
My brother and I had nothing to do with it, but it doesn't matter because it's a witch hunt. It always has been.
We haven't done a single thing wrong. They're trying to disqualify my father for 2024. He's leading in all the polls. Guys, this is a political witch hunt.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump has made a number of other memorable comments, using the court steps as a sort of pulpit for his off-topic ramblings.
What cartoon character am I thinking of that has braces in and speaks exactly as this? It's got to be like a 12-year-old kid with braces, isn't it?
We will be here tomorrow. As you know, they have the big golf tournament at Doral, which I own, and I was going to go to it, but I find this very interesting, and so I may or may not be here, I'm not sure.
As defense rests, the judgment on how much the Trump organization owes will be handed down in the new year.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, why don't you sign it?
I love the way the report is like, they've even suggested it's a witch hunt and could be to do with the election. You're like, wow, is there people out there that still think that Donald Trump, that what's happening right now is because Donald Trump's so bad? Or do you think it's to do with politics? I mean, come on. Hello, McFly. So, there's a wee tour of the world. All polarised left and right. The outcomes of these arguments domestically will have a bearing on what happens internationally on the geopolitical front, in a sense. Trump getting in can change the Ukraine game. I'm trying to remember if he's actually came out and said stuff like that. Here in the UK, the change has resulted in the independence movement up here pretty much being dead in its tracks. The SNP are struggling to get elected. Never mind fucking say they've got a mandate to push for independence. So that's deed. Northern Ireland is Northern Ireland. That's not going to end anytime soon. Fucking more than a stalemate going on there. France. Apparently there was riots. Now I know it's now coming back to me, but like in all honesty, when is France not rioting? Netherlands, that Wilders got in and is looking to try and find a coalition to make him Prime Minister. Wow, fucking we. That's like Nigel Vag. I think even that Wilders is a wee bit more fucking anti-Islam than Nigel Vag is in public. Because Nigel Vag is a good politician, do you know what I mean? That Wilders just went straight for the jugular. Jim Dawson. It's mental. Maybe I'm seeing Jesus and toast right, but Jim Dawson is ball deep with what's happening here in the UK and the fluctuation of the political spectrum. If he's not here, he's over in Ireland doing the flag protests and stirring up that shit and getting arrested for it. Then you've got Wilders doing his shit over there. Oh, sorry. Then you've got Jim Dawson, through his Knights Templar, has been funding entities inside, paramilitaries inside Hungary to police the border. You've now got the president of Hungary talking out and putting the fingers up, if you want to call it that, to the European Union when it came to the stuff that's happening in Ukraine. One of the reports on Wilders was, will there be an exit? So maybe that the Netherlands Brexit kind of idea, will they leave the European Union? So we could possibly, if Le Pen gets any traction in France, I don't know when the next elections are or aren't, how that all works. But if our mob get traction inside France, that's two very influential EU members possibly heading for the door. And then if they head for the door, if Hungary heads for the door, if Hungary heads for the door, who else will head for the door? And then you see the downfall of the European Union. I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying these are the possibilities that lie in front of us with the obvious changing of the guard that's happening politically. So I try and theorise where it will take you. I mean, like, if I was sitting here 10 years ago and going like that, the British government in 10 years' time will be rounding up people based on X, Y, and Z and sending them to Rwanda. I wouldn't have believed it. And I was ball deep in fucking chemtrails and all that 10 years ago. So, mental. So, I'll look at the poll. 13 votes, 50-50. Well, not quite. 54 say yes, 46 say no. When I'm saying the word world war, I don't. It's I say it's obviously not a shooting war. But it's a war on for people's alliances into becoming persuaded by the left spectrum of politics or the right spectrum. Nothing in the middle. But anyway, I'm going to end it because I'm going to go and read some Tommy Boy comments and then get out of here because I'm hungry and tired, man. Really fucking tired. Like, literally tired. So thanks everybody that did get involved in the poll. Remember, if you do enjoy these wee ramblings of a madman's mind podcasts, thumbs it up. I'm not here asking you to agree or disagree with any opinions I may have, but I'm hoping to put out alternatives or just share my madness and why I think different from everybody else, and why when Danny Tomo offered me views and shares to stop taking the piss out his hair, I didn't take him up on that kind of offer. Oh, here, hold on. What I wanted to show you is find it. You know, I'm thinking about doing a not Infowars Nightly News the day tomorrow. I've not found the one I wanted, but I'll use this.
It's free speech. I'm for that. So I'm exercising my free speech. Am I all right? Aye. What makes me all right?
Your BMP meetings. I should have prepared myself. You know.
Your bigotry, right? Your narrative is to pick one religion over another and demonise one over the other. Okay. You constantly. Can we stop? Can I finish my sentence? Because I'm using my free speech.
Hey! Oh, I don't even think these guys can see that, guys. No? Because it's a better camera angle and a shorter clip. I was touched by the hand of God.
So I'm exercising my free speech here.
Am I all right?
Hi.
What makes me all right?
Your bigotry. Your bigotry. Right. Your narrative is to pick one religion over another and demonise one over the other.
Okay.
You constantly. Can I finish my sentence? Because I'm using my free speech. You constantly quote all the bad things in the Quran, but choose to ignore all the other stupid things and all the other religious texts. You're pointing at religious texts that were wrote in a bygone era and going, look how stupid they are. But you only selectively point at one because you've got an agenda going. Everybody can see your clear agenda. Unfortunately, you're now here to appropriate this genuine cause for your own agenda.
Can I ask you something? Okay. So you said I compare one over the other.
Yeah.
How many people did Jesus murder?
What we're saying is, you choose one fairy story over it. Anyway, it's still there for everyone to see.
I don't know, was Jesus real?
How many people did Jesus murder in history books? In the written history books?
No. What colour was Tinker?
I know you shouldn't laugh at. Listen up, the absence of evidence isn't evidence just because an atheist isn't well versed in the Bibles. Well, I'm not an atheist, but I'm certainly not well versed in the Bible.
How many people did Jesus murder?
What colour was Tinkerbell's hair?
Okay, so why we're on. So the reason why I...
Right, look at him pissing himself at me talking about Tinkerbell, but he's had to turn his back and go to his wee lackeys that are just filming him with their boo 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 boo, and I'm like, he's making no sense, and that's when I nearly get mauled.
The reason why I appropriate is because Jesus murdered no one. Muhammad.
So he admits that he appropriated it.
He murdered 600 people in one day.
Fuck. So what's this? Is this verses for the fucking Bible? Oh well, every day's a school day. But that isn't what I wanted to show. What I wanted to show... Well, I did want to show that, but I also wanted to show... Let me find the fucker. Bilderberg 10 years ago, man. Oh, there we go. And then we'll have a look at some Tommy.
Clips.
Former participants have called it the most important meeting they've ever attended, and this year it's being held in the unlikely suburban town of Watford. This is as close as you'll get to Bilderberg 2013 being held at the Grove Hotel, about a kilometre.
Right, see back then, I'm pretty sure the EDL hadn't started. In fact, that's 2013. That's only a year after the BNP won a council seat in 2012. So the BNP were still alive and kicking. After that, that's when they started struggling. That's when they brought in Nick Griffin to modernise the party. Do you think they knew the power of the internet back then? I certainly did. Fucking had me tuned to the fucking moon, travelling halfway across the country to stand in a fucking a literal sheep's field, like a fucking sheep, talking about people who watch TV being sheep, and then us all... In fact, the folk I was with, a good few years, didn't participate in this shit. But fucking Alex Jones came in and everybody was like, oh, it's like a wee rock star came in, man. I can't even remember who I was with, but who I was with, we didn't participate. Stood back like, fuck that, look at the state of that. And there was even people like talking about, it's kind of ironic, like we're here talking about sheep and we're all penned in like fucking sheep. Then Alex Jones with his wee barge stunt and all that as well, man. Ben Fellows, you remember him? I remember I was speaking to him. I had my girlfriend at the time on the phone. And it was like these people were like kind of rock stars, famous. in that field. You know, take them down the normal high street. No cunt knows a fucking idea who they are. Go walk down your local high street and ask people who Tommy Robinson is. In my experience, 8 out of 10 don't have a fucking Scooby-Doo. They might get it when you throw EDL in the mix. They might get it. But funnily enough, what I did today. And we're getting on swimmingly, man. He's a fucking Rangers fan and shit like that. But he did say, I felt sorry for him. He's hit it hard, hasn't he? I mean, he does have his own agenda and all that. So I can see that dude's obviously been persuaded by the rhetoric. Like a lot of folk out there, man, who think I'm nuts. In fact, talking about that, let's go and look at the comments. This shall be fun. Now, let's just see. I don't know, maybe a couple hours ago. Let's see it. Oh, there we go. I want to see if I'm going to keep them up right. This dude's just sharing links about the so-called gods were aliens. Right, that's not going to trigger me into. You call it a cult only because you love watching Muslims pursue your daughter. See more than half his comments, all I can imagine is it's like all cults. See if you attack their leader. Oh my fucking lord, what you'll do is get blind defence people throwing themselves on grenades for them and everything. And that's what you're about to witness in comment forum. Right? And I can only imagine that, either they've just read the headline or heard a few sentences out of a word, and I've talked about their cult leader in not such a shining fashion, and they're so enraged, they're just like, you fucking stink! Well, somebody actually said something along those lines. When was the last time you had a swim? That was fucking hilarious. So let's have a look at some more comments. Alex Jones, I don't think it's that one show. Right, let's. You're getting the cult of Tommy all triggered. It's all the packet that are doing the grooming gang. All the packet. No being long before your scheme is overran. I know ya, Bam. As a Scotsman, I couldn't fucking tell ya, Bam. I love Tommy Robinson, boy, as a hero. See, this is the Glasgow education system. Example 1. Example 2. I love Tommy Robinson, boy, as a hero. You are a window licker. You fucking look like one tay. You fucking Bam. See, that's staying up, man. I like that. Oh. So, let me see. That's the ones that... Oh, still got deleted ones I can... State of this content. Now, I don't like to toy with people, but I do. It isn't hard to make their brains short circuit. First thing, you love their comment. They have no idea what's going on. It fucking confuses dumb animals like that. Thumbs it up. And then be nice in a very sarky way back to them. They don't know how to deal with it. Fucking hilarious. Tommy and Danny Tomo. Oof, movie. I love my humour. Hilarious to see YouTube place an entry from Encyclopedia Britannica above this video. I know, mate. I noticed that myself. A warning. In case like fucking Press TV's giving out some misinformation about fucking Bilderberg. I mean, well, they very much exist. How relevant they are in today's world is to be argued. For me, the most noteworthy thing about the group is they came out of the Cold War. They were formed after the Cold War. Which, in my mind, and only in my fucking ramblings of madman's mind, it's like two things like run through my head. Right, was it set up by the Western powers to exclude Russia, or was it set up by the Western powers to let some Ruskies in now that the Cold War was done? You know, was it to consolidate business, or was it to expand business? I dare say if I went, see nowadays, if where my head's at now, if I objectively looked at the groups and the players and stuff, I'd probably come to a different conclusion because my head's different. In a different place now, as it was way back then when I would let Alex Jones create my reality. Anywho. Cheers, Richie. The passage at the end is a parable. Jesus uses about a man that wants to and does become king. Jesus is not talking about himself. Okay. It's all the parkies and shit. Right, it's just a very angry Glaswegian. I get that. It's Operation C19. I thought it was C4. Or CP30. Hey mate, sung a wee carol, got a mince pie. Got the earlier bus stop at night. But I might go for some more mince pies tomorrow. Good man back then. I had no clue what was going on. Mate, back then I thought I knew what was going on. Now I know that I don't know what's going on. That's the way I see it. If the NHS allows doctors to withdraw, that's actually normal people interacting with my channel in a normal way, you know, and I'll just sent over to fucking spam the shit out of it. That's that dude on his Anunnaki kick. Yeah. If he's fancy any of that stuff. Yep, classic diversion from Tommy. He always comes up with that, despite there being no evidence of it happening. The Jews documented everything that happened to them, yet said nothing about the 700 or more being murdered in one day. Funny that. I would have gone against Islamic teachings too. It says in the Quran verse, that one, that no burdened person with sins shall bear the burden sins of another. Hi, please give me. In other words, no person should be punished for what they didn't do. Also, no mass grave has ever been found under the Medina marketplace where some have said they were buried. Well, see, this is where I'm open to suggestions. Does Tommy actually believe this tripe? That's question number one, right? If he's bouncing about with a Bible saying it's the word of God and shit, man, and he's asking me how many people Jesus killed, like, Was Jesus the product of a virgin birth? It's a simple yes or no, and if the answer is yes, you should be locked up in a fucking loony bin. If I was dictator, I would let you off, man, but you're suggesting... Now, what's more plausible here? A virgin birth? Or a young girl getting knocked up when she shouldn't be getting pumped by somebody she shouldn't be getting pumped off her falling pregnant, and the cunt that pumped her, because he shouldn't have pumped her, comes out and says, it's a fucking miracle! Or a virgin birth? Huh? What's more plausible? What's happened fucking millions of times throughout the fucking centuries? Virgin birth? Or little girls getting pumped off of old cunts that shouldn't be getting pumped off of? Just saying. Or the walking on water shit. Parting the seas. What the God? I'll believe in miracles when I see one. Just fuck one. Organised religion. That's what that is. Fucking believe in pish. Anyway. Good points. Did you know that the UK has 5 million Muslims in the UK, whereas the Welsh population is only 3 million? That population of 5 million has only taken 70 years to be created. Well, here's the rub, as I see it, right? People need to get straight in their head what they're scared of. Because this great fear, from what I witness, is getting stirred up by religious fanatics who are scared about not the demographics of the colour of skin, but the demographics of what religion you subscribe to changing, right? And I was speaking to a fucking, happened to be a brown cunt the other day in the steam room. And telling us about his wedding in Dubai and all that shit, and then, you know me, I don't like to talk, but somehow, some way he was like, fucking Islam's the largest growing religion and all that shit. The brown cunt. And I said to him, I was like, well, I don't let stuff like that scare me. In my experience, as religion, as education rises, religion falls. You know, religion is for the uneducated. Education is for people that want to be educated. And what we were both sort of a meeting on is like, he's sitting there speaking to me, fucking, I can understand what I'm saying. He's a Glaswegian, right? Don't know if he's second or third generation or whatever. As soon as he's away from the fucking his mom and dad, man, he's just the same as every cunt else. He was telling us about Pakistan. Him and another boy, they were talking about Pakistan. Can't remember the name of the cities, but there's one city, I think it was up the northeast. He was talking about, he was at Karachi or something. I might be getting that wrong. But he was like, that's like kind of the modern city, the more untraditional, you know, everybody's jeans and t-shirt, more westernised and shit. Whereas other areas are more tradition and stuff, you know, where it fluctuates. So look at the UK population. How many of us still go and feel the necessity to still go to church every Sunday and shit? Right? I'm going to argue that's because of the advent of education. That's why sensible people took education out of the churches and put them in fucking schools. First ever Glasgow University class was held in Glasgow University. That's where all education used to happen, because the Vatican and the priests had a monopoly on what you could and couldn't learn, and Latin wasn't one of them unless you were in the priesthood, thus giving them a monopoly over the word of God, because they're the only cunts that could read the Bible. It was only written in Latin. Boom shakalaka, there you have a monopoly over what fucking God is telling every cunt, right? And then they hide it behind a veneer of education where they only allow you to educate you at a certain level and on certain things. That's why it get took out of the church. So my belief is, regardless of the demographics of colour, skin and shit like that, old traditions like our own here in Britain, just go and listen to fucking your average Londoner speak. I'm speaking more of the Queen's stroke King inherited English than your average Londoner, based on the shit I watch on TV anyway. You know? Yeah, man, this damn man, don't do that, damn man. I'm like, what the fuck is this gibberish? What was that I was fucking watching? Some sort of a fucking social justice warrior online going around interviewing little hood rats. And he's like, the man's suspended from school. Yeah, get me, the man. Honestly, subtitles, genuine subtitles. And even then, dyslexic, can't read probably, fucking struggling to keep up. And long story short, was this guy, social justice warrior, talking to this wee guy. What do you do when you're suspended? Yeah, make money and chill with my bros, innit? Make money and chill with my bros, innit? Monstrosity, man. Fuck, no, a bit of yardie flung in there as well, man. And a bit of, kiss my teeth. Kiss my bad self. Oh, fuck. As I said, a scumbag Glaswegian like me speaks more of the Queen's English than your average Londoner, according to TV. Anywho, good points. Talking about Islam, talking about only take. Alright, so the point was that, so it doesn't scare me, man. Colour of skin is irrelevant. I mean, when you have intimate relationships with people, whether it be sexual or just fucking good pals or anything, man, all that shit is fucking cannon fodder, innit? If you actually like or resonate with some cunt for on whatever level or for whatever reason, the colour of skin, the religion they fucking may or may not subscribe to, where their fucking family originally came from, and how far do we go back? Do we look at Robert the Bruce and the Declaration of Arbroath that said that we came from the fucking Caucasus, north of Israel? Lost tribe, motherfucker. Eh? Do we need to send ourselves back to the fucking desert? To fucking Georgia? Maybe our fucking beaver were came from? Do we all need to go back to the fucking ocean? That's only if that theory is true. But remember, religious nutbars don't even fucking believe in evolution. I wonder if Jim Dawson believes in evolution. He can't, he believes the Bible's the word of God. Zap! Zippity zubbada zap! Right, so let's get back to it. Absolutely spoken like a true upright Scot. Brilliant. Truths to power. Powers of hypocrite and double standards. Oh, good, that was the Tommy Robinson, the thing me. I like grooming gangs. How dare he expose them? Now, I obviously understand that's facetious. I've been hanging around with Russell Brand. I've actually been staying sober, so fucking my brain's unclogging for the first time in a long time. But I wrote a comment. Me too, snap. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you say to that? Do you just laugh? Alright, Grimsy boy. What happens to what do you say to stuff like that, man? I like grooming gangs. As if criticising Tommy Robinson for not being what he says in the tin. Pointing out the phone call for Danny Tomo that says him and Tommy watch my shit and find it hilarious. They just wish I would leave Danny's hair alone. Mate, on more than one occasion saying that if there was a fucking football game on or something, and me and Tommy or Tommy type ended up in the boozer together, and it was all football without fucking having to fucking concentrate in politics, we would get on, man. No problemo. Anyway, let's go on. I'm getting a fucking sore throat. Just going. I say, there are a good few people in Burnley that have been involved in a system. Oh, Burnley, right, I get it. Oh man, I'm getting tired. My reading skills are getting worse than normal. Was you there? Did you see him? Photos? Did you see him? Photos can be edited. How much skag do you do? Right, again, I urge this guy, please go and read Tommy's book. It's him that's in the heroin game, allegedly, or was. He admits the picture is real. There's nothing photoshopped about it. And then other fans, as you'll probably see, will come in and go, this is old news. Not to this Tommy fan. Brand new, hot off the fucking press. Still denying it. Still living in crowd cuckoo land. No, he doesn't frighten me. So why should I hate him? Well, I was making a suggestion like Gary Lineker seems to be public enemy number one because of a tweet. And all the people that have made him public enemy number one are all the people shouting about freedom because he has a political opinion which doesn't quite square with them. And he's not a fan of the Rwanda shit. I mean, take the problem of the brown people in boats, put it to one side. Take the problem, if you see it as a problem, or the observation, the demographics of the country are clearly changing in front of our eyes. Right? Take that to the side. We're now allowing a government to put in a government, this current government, but other governments inherit it. Once it's there, it's fucking there. We're putting in place legislation which allows the government, any government. Look at the way politics is going right now. And we're going like, yeah, fucking Romulan cunt Sunak, woo. We're going to give you the power, allow you to give the power to round cunts up based on X, Y, or Z. And send them to, we'll start off with Rwanda. We'll keep it open-ended. And nobody's worried about that. Because everybody's arseholes twitching about brown people in boats. It's only men of fighting age, it's only men of fighting age. Aye, because they had to fight to get on the boat. Have you seen how fucking many of them are fucking crammed onto there? You see a woman or child fucking winning that fight? And you're the first one to tell us how fucking bad they treat the woman? And yet you're confused as why the boats are all full of fucking young men? Hats off. Let's talk about Tommy Hing. Scapegoat. I think that was MSM Scapegoat, I think. The BNP offered us protection from the forces of international finance capital. Look at the state of the country now. See, I can leave that up. I don't agree with it. But at least it's just not a blind ad hominem attack. The person's admitting that he's a BNP supporter and supporter of their policies. Whether you agree or disagree, he agrees, and he would very much still agree to this day, which means he would vote BNP, which means Tommy Robinson is saying shit that is that BNP supporters like. Tommy Robinson went to a couple of BNP meetings. he's now out there saying stuff that open BNP supporters who still support their policies are fans of his. But no, Tommy turned up with 2 black people and they asked him to leave, you know. It's all true. It's in his book. Go and read it. The Great Awakening is here. You're right, buddy. The world will never be the same. Oh, wait, this was 10 years ago. League. When I'm in public, interacting live with real human beings, I'm the fucking most politest cunt you'll ever get. Just go and ask Tommy Robinson when he put his hand on me to soothe me. The shit I do here, it's Kip's Clips, it's not Craig Houston. I'm not out in the street. This isn't public. This is my living room that people can come in if they want to. If they don't like what they see or hear, like what they hear, get out. It's as simple as that. There's no chance. I'm going to, maybe in February, I'm going to maybe try and see if I can get my channels remonetized. I doubt it will happen. If I try and fail, it'll be just yet another kick in the balls. So this is for no shrapnel whatsoever. This is for pure enjoyment. Because it's easily done just to come out, say what people want to hear, get the hits and clicks and make it dough. Some of the shit I see monetized is unbelievable, and I've only started to notice it because I've started watching a wee bit of boob tubes on my phone, which does my tits in because the adverts. Oh, here's a good one. I don't like Tommy Robinson because he exposes pedos. Tommy Robinson doesn't expose pedos. He's not exposed one pedo. Every paedophile case that he has jumped on has been known about previously and reported to him. Then he goes does everything in his power, apart from going to the cops and following the legal process, to fuck the whole legal process up, if indeed there are paedophiles, if indeed the information that he's been handed is correct. Can anybody correct me? Hey, this guy isn't hunting no cunt down. He's not doing any work. And even then, the debate about do you want vigilante justice? Well, you do if it's getting dished out to the right people. But what happens if somebody starts to dish it out on you? What do you do? Where do you go? Right, police forces it's disbanded. They're not going to turn up. Some fucking little lunatic has managed to fucking rile up 20 people with fucking saying you're a pedo without any fucking proof. You get 20 people at your fucking door. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to have to take my claymore and start fucking swinging that motherfucker, aren't I? No cops are going to turn up. There's a vigilante mob at my door that somehow some cunt, by bumping their gums, has managed to convince them all sorts of retarded shit, which happens, by the way. Look, I see a chemtrail. So think a wee bit deeper. That's all I'm fucking saying. When I'm dictator, police properly funded, a proper unit to actually go and take care of this properly, fair and objectively, then you address the justice system. Because let's say the cops are doing a fucking brilliant fucking job, wrapping up these fucking paedophiles left, right and fucking centre, sending them all to the fucking courts, and the courts, the justice system's like, 2 weeks saying Hail Marys, don't do it again, you know? So it's not just one thing, it's 2 things. Then you want to go down the route, right, well, what do you do with a paedophile when you catch him? Kill him? Chop his bits off? What do you do? What does the vigilante mob do? I'd argue a lot of times that the pedo's going to get beat within a fucking inch of his fucking life. This is me debating whether to fucking open my mouth, whether it's worth a hassle or no. The paedophile hunting gangs, the very few that I've touched on, they all remind me of Dog the Bounty Hunter. What's that all about? Anyway, let's get on with this, because I support pedos, because Tommy Robinson is making it harder to put pedos in jail. So it's either round up the boys and go and kill them, or get them put in jail. And if it's get them put in jail, Tommy Robinson is not helping Sweet Fanny Adams. All he's doing is fucking up that legal process. You know, this legal process that's been thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people have died to get put in place, in Magna Carta and all that kind of shit. One of the premises being innocent until proven guilty. And not by the court of fucking Facebook, YouTube, and fucking being fucking windy licking mobs. Call me crazy. It's not a world that I want to fucking move towards. As I said, dictator. When I'm dictator, fully funded, and there'll be direct taxation. And you only have access to 999 if you pay your taxes, and if you don't want to pay your taxes, the direct taxation, and the taxes will be what the taxes have to be to directly fund the police to the level that the people want them to do. I have actually thought about kind of what I would do, what I'm going to do when I'm dictator. Anyway, let's see. I'm a pedo. Your heat is melted, hen. Go catch some flies. Did he expose Rochdale and Rotherham grooming gangs? See, there's been different times when I've been doing different rabbit holes, and I'll bring it up to date and use the analogy of the crack cocaine of social media. When and if I ever start engaging on the content, not putting content up, but engaging in the content that is on YouTube Shorts or Tickety Talk, after a wee while an alarm will go off in my head. Get out, or you're never getting out. Because you just... Fuck, it's like your last bit of crack. Just one, oh, he's getting 50 quid to a homeless cunt. Oh, look, this homeless guy's now got a PlayStation 5. Where's he going to plug it in? Who cares? This cunt's going to make shit. Got my point collar. Read this shit. I could actually go and do Spaceballs, couldn't I? Got my point collar. Anyway, let's see. I'm a pedo. Your heat is melted, hen. Go catch some flies. Did he expose Rochdale and Rotherham grooming? Oh, that's what I was talking about, falling into rabbit holes and stuff, right? So, like, on the Tickety Talk, you can, and on the YouTube Shorts, the crack cocaine of social media, you can fall into those rabbit holes. Back in the day, before we had the crack cocaine, you know, it was just the straight up sniff. You would fall down a rabbit hole and see if all you ingest, whether it be through Facebook, YouTube, is like, let's say, paedophile hunting groups, because it's got everything in it. It's got real crime, it's got the chase, it's got voyeurism, it's got reality TV, it's got fucking everything, man. It's got, well, it ticks a lot of boxes, you know, and that's why people love it so much. It also makes you feel like you're kind of fighting pedos and putting a cape on. I fought some paedophiles today by thumbsing up a YouTube video and fucking going onto the Facebook group and join it. But of course, me pointing out these things means that I support paedophilia. Right? Now, whether these are just throwaway comments or whatever, it's in their fucking nuts. Anyway. Shit, where is the gold? That's why I'm a tool. See, I had friends who were Millwall fans. They just go on to say how good the Millwall boys were and all that. I have no doubt that's the case. Football hooligans are gentlemen. And repeat after me, I'm not an NPC. You get the gist, go get some help. You're asleep at the wheel. And this, of course, if you're even allowed to drive with what seems like a very fragile mental state. So, I'm an NPC. I'm an NPC for pointing out. It's the logic. It's Orwellian. That's the word I was looking for earlier on. It is Orwellian. Kip was shown and aired way before Bilderberging buffoon Alex Jones. Alright, buddy, how you doing? You enjoy your cocktails? The Buckfast is strong in this one. Yep, James, 10 years on, my man. Same shit, different accents. Here we have Bigot's Corner. Ask yourself why all these Nazi snowflakes threatened about Gary Lineker. It's very funny, isn't it? For God's sake, get a life. I think I got the gist of that. Saying like, why are all these Speaker's Corners little Nazi fascists? There's a lot of them, isn't there? They don't even realise it. They think they're fighting for freedom and they protect their children from brown people in boats. It's the narrative they've been saying. And I've witnessed it with the comments. I've witnessed it with the thumbs down, man. See, they're like getting passed amongst them because I've triggered them. They really are. It's a cult, man. You've insulted their cult leader. It's like I hadn't touched on Max Egan for a while. In fact, I need to write that down. I'm going to do that in a shorter clip. Are the people high up in the truth movement that filled a lot of people's head with bullshit about 5G, is anybody going to hold them accountable, or are they just going to stay quiet long enough hope every cunt forgets? Because what you notice about the truth far movement, it's ever evolving. People come and go very quickly with a few that will stick around. I'm one of the stupid ones. And you get every however many years you'll get a new batch of gremlins bouncing into this shit thinking they've just discovered fucking what way's up. And they'll get sucked in with 5G or fucking fake snow or fucking chemtrails or some shit, not realising that it's like political Pied Pipers that are persuading you through fucking conspiratardom to come over to their way, their persuasion. Anyway. Said a Nazi, so I'm a Nazi snowflake. Anyway, Gary Lineker, he's gonna be the end to us all, you know? Fucking know it. So you are okay with child rapists, you sicko? What do you how do you take that? Like that would have been one of the ones I would have just deleted, right? It would have just been straight out of there. And I would have just moved on. I get it. It's just, but it's that genuinely where these people's heads are at. If you insult the cult leader, you're SNP leftist Celtic supporting Fenian who loves to rape babies. for telling people. Let's see what the clip this was on. All right, it was the clip when I was saying don't let the far right hijack the subject of child abuse for their own agenda. So me pointing out that child abuse is something that should be talked about amongst everybody means that I'm okay with child rapists. The logic fails me, but hey ho, it's there. I remember watching this back in Press TV. I was on before Alex Jones, motherfucker. It's great that you are concentrating on the really important issues instead of the trivial stuff like Islam and immigration. Because everyone knows that the far right is the real danger that Britain is facing. Everybody knows that people are dumb as fuck. Everybody knows internet will play you as a puppet. Everybody knows that people in power use us as pawns. Everybody knows there's a left-right paradigm. Everybody knows. I don't know if I'm learning or giving myself brain damage here, but I shall persist. Why did Tommy get involved in exposing child abuse and grooming gangs on orders of his BMP PR managers to hijack that cause? Because if you white knight for child abuse, you object to the guy being a dick, that makes you a pedo. Now, to the average man in the street, you're like, nah, nobody will fall for that shit. Evidence, evidence, evidence. Because his niece was groomed by these filth, and they got her addicted to heroin. I never heard that. I've heard lots of stories about Tommy Robinson being in the smack game or muscle for the smack game and the brown boys muscling the white boys out. Because they were probably closer to Turkish dudes. Turks get all the best smack. Everybody knows that. You need to know your facts and stop talking shite. It's nothing to do with the political agenda, idiot. SMH. Shut motherfucking how. Fair enough. You got anything? Everybody knows I cannot fucking type. Always willing to listen. Every day is a school day. What's with the army jacket? But I was thinking it was more taxi driver. But I was just a fucking cheap number off of God. Bezos. Amazon. Agreed that he is present. Is there any video like just is this? It's not cognitive dissonance, isn't it? No. I checked that the other day. It's not. I can't remember the. But it's like showing somebody something and them just denying what's in front of their face. So agreed that he's present. Thank you very much. Some of your other loon ball brigade in the fucking cult of Tommy Robinson seem to think it's photoshopped, even though he admits to the photo being real and turning up to the meeting and another meeting in his book. But I even think that's lies. But hey, oh, you're allowed a good conspiracy. As in he was an active participant or simply listening. He could also have changed his mind on the BMP, etc. Very true, mate. He could have. Is it a coincidence that a lot of these messages who are in support of Tommy Robinson are also mega in support for the BNP, Enoch Powell's speech, and all the previous policies and rhetoric of the BNP of the past? Is that a coincidence? Or is there just an undercurrent here that nobody's owning up to or admitting, or can anybody see the wood for the trees? I mean, I'm not telling anybody to change their political view, batter in. You decide what way's up. But there's so many people bouncing about, not understand. I believe not understanding who they're signing up for. Especially all the gays, browns and blacks. And all the borderline mental retards. Because they're going to get round up and put in camps if these people ever got in positions of power. No joke. I mean, we've got the Conservatives in power right now, and they're rounding people up and sending them off. What do you think these motherfuckers will get away with doing? Go and listen to Nick Griffin, his own words, on Jim Dawson's Templar report. Around the same time, they were setting up their white-only enclaves and funding paramilitaries in Hungary. Exact same time. He's all for rounding up people based on X, Y, or Z and sending them fucking back. Just like the very early watered-down version that we've got in the way of Rwanda. And that's why... and you wonder why there's so many people out there hating Gary Lineker. Because he's very influential. He's putting out tweets against their policy. Thus, he gets blowback. Right, I'm going to do a few more and get off here. I'm getting really fucked up. You could simply have looked up his membership on his Wikipedia. It's no secret, I know, but can you please tell the other cult members? And remember, there's people left comments after this, which I showed you earlier on, there's some been earlier comments, saying, we don't know if that's real, it's photoshopped, has he been there if you get video footage? Fucking just denial. Warrior, I don't know if that was being sarcastic or no, but I'll take it. Tommy's dedicate is disliked in Scotland. If he came up here and be thrown back over the border, Scotland is dumping you lot as soon as we get a referendum. Sorry, buddy. That's off the cards for the foreseeable future. SNP are going to have to get in a position of pit dominance again, and that's a long way off, thanks to little Hitler Sturgeon. Dearie me. Tommy got balls, not like most pretend they have. How many of you get some nonsense where they belong? Not prison. Well, and again, right, let's just take this in face value and say it's 100% genuine. This guy's obviously suggesting going out doing the vigilante number and murdering pedos, right? Which is all fair and well. Until some cunt wants to take you out and it's just start a whispering campaign saying that you're a pedo. You know, the word pedo means nothing anymore. Little arseholes out there have bounced about calling every Tom, Dick and Harry a fucking pedo, like a lot of Tommy Robinson morons have. And it means nothing now. It's meaningless. It's almost as meaningless as cunt up here in Glasgow. Fucking pedo. But do you actually mean he's a pedo, or is it just, nah, he's a fucking pedo? Watch 30 seconds and I've seen enough. Well, thank you for the 30 seconds on my stats. Hey man. Oh, alright. Oh, this is funny. I actually thought it was quite funny here. So the guy said, more like Lord Clit. Right, very fucking clever, right? I think my response is cleverer. Hey man, I'll take that I'm Lord of the Clits. Better not let your missus meet me. I'll take her clit in my mouth and make more bit noises. She'll love it. I am Lord of the Clits. I'm sorry, man. I think it's genius. But it is me. Fair play, a wee blast from the past. What did the BNP stand for? Everyone claims they were racist, but I've never heard anything they spoke about or on, but only that they've wanted to put Britain first. Immigration, everyone's talking. Actually, research. Okay. Somebody at least participating and not just slinging insults and running. Jew star confirmed in the background. I think he's talking about that. Mate, do your research, and by that, I mean, all you do is need to do fucking Google first page results. It might educate you. That was getting flown. I've got it up against the wall, but in the lodge it was dangling down for the ceiling. Anywho, but ISB and lodge symbols like that, seals of Solomon made out of brass, like that. I've been in lodges longer than the state of Israel's flag has existed. As I said, it's one of many, one of a few seals of Solomon. There's a few out there. Very interesting. And go and look at the seal of Solomon, one of them. The one that's kind of like, what would you say that? It's kind of an obelisk with a bell end. You'll find it. Go and look at that. And look at the street plan of Brasilia that I touched on earlier on, the capital city of Brazil. Go and watch Donald Duck in Mathematics Land. He teaches you about the Pythagoreans, and they used to meet at night and have a secret handshake, and their secret symbol was the pentagram. And the reason it's the pentagram is the pentagram has encoded in it the golden ratio, Fibonacci sequence, thus advanced higher mathematics, which pi is all part of as well. This is about as well as I can explain it. So again, Jew star background, you're showing yourself up. Why not ask me what it is and learn something instead of acting like a dumb ignorant cunt? Oi, vey, Kipberg. No need to Kavich. I don't get that. I don't know if he's mistyped or some sort of a Jewish word or something. But again, if he asked me what it was, I would have fucking told him. Let's not do that. Let's just jump to crazy conclusions. I don't know about you, I've got all the stereotypical features of a Jew in it. Anywho, Tommy's legend. This is the first time I've seen you. Only clicked because you used Tommy's name in the title. Probably why the rest did. See what this is what if I go through further them. There's so many comments. I might have deleted most of them. I don't really know. And I'm bowing out, man. I need to get to my bed, have a bath, and get in my bed. And it's eerie. Go on the clips and look at the comments. It's eerie how many of them were like, I clicked on this because it was in my suggested thing, not because somebody shared it with me. Oh, I also clicked on this because it was in my suggested, not because somebody shared it. Oh, I also responding to bullcrap I'm fucking thrown out during my clips. It's almost as if like they're sitting there with a pen and paper, writing down the things I'm saying, and then finding, getting retorts for them, and then peppering the clip with the retorts in the hope to counter my argument or something. It's just like the barrage acts, like old news, this is old news, this is old news, a big nothing burger. Fucking hell, man, too much Alex Jones, that one. Anywho, hopefully you enjoyed that. It was ramblings for a madman's mind, but it's touching base with a few places what's going on politically around the world, and in every country it's eerily similar. Very extreme right-wing views and very extreme left-wing views clashing, and it's all around the same shit. It's no Mexicans, brown people in boats. If it's no that, it's Ukraine. And if you put Ukraine into the mix, and the so-called special relationship Trump has with Putler, does Putler only need to hold on to Ukraine? Hold on now. Ukraine's in the northern hemisphere, innit? So they'll be having winter now. So it'll be pretty much just holding ground now, I suppose. No really any gains, it will just be consolidating. Because I think Ukraine gets pretty severe winters. It's hard to fight a war in winters, I'm led to believe. And does Putler only need to kind of hold on to what he's got, or keep the thing going till Trump gets in? Now, look at the UK political landscape. America's having an election next year. Britain is. Wilders just get put in. Hold on, I'm going to ask my brain. This might be worthwhile. When's France having their next election? When's France's next general election?
The 2024 European Parliament election in France is on the 9th of June 2024.
Do you see that? So it is next year, but it's the... When is France's next parliamentary elections?
2024 European Parliament election in France is on the 9th of June 2024.
Right, I'll need to iron out the details because I don't know if that's for who's King Dong in France, if you get me. It sounded like European elections, you know? And I'm not going to sit up here and bullshit you that I completely got my head round what the fuck is going on with all that stuff. I'll need to start paying a wee bit more attention again. But thanks for everybody that participated in the poll. If at a later date you want to participate, I think you need to do it live because it doesn't continue on, so thus I need to end it. And then just having a quick look at some of the comments for Tommy fans, you know. And it's not even like I'm having a go at any of these people writing, right? It's to try and show the cult. It's to try and show the point I'm making that a lot of people through the power of social medias have fell into cult-like mentalities, putting people on pedestals. Nobody can question them. If anybody says boo, oh, he's a bad guy, get him. So obviously, he's obviously this, he's obviously that, he's obviously a pedo, he's obviously SNP, obviously left wing, obviously this, obviously that. Because you challenge their leaders. Anyway, if you do enjoy Ramblings of a Madman's Mind, stick a wee thumbs up. It's much appreciated. It's like a digital hug. It makes me feel warm and gooey inside. If you have any suggestions for future shows, I'm going to try and do a Tuesday night shindig every 8 o'clock. If people do want to get involved, feel free. Alright, active patriot. Mastery all over interaction with Tommy. No, mate, it got brought up recently, and I hadn't watched it in ages, and I'm still pretty proud of myself. Anyway, happy days. So everybody have a good night. Tune in next week at 8 o'clock for another ramblings of a madman's mind, and tune and sub up for fucking everything in between. Alright, boob tubes and shittity talk glands. Chinese Communist Party is not for me. Catches. No cats or cheese harmed in this filming. Only Among Us.
Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.